Happy New Year!
Today we're talking New Year's resolutions.
And the Golden Globes.
Stay tuned to find out.
Hello and welcome to Couple Chat.
Where we
Parents.
discuss topics for you.
Parents. I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie. Let's chat.
Cheers.
Cheers with our new tea tumblers.
Yeah, and tea tumblers. That's why we bought them.
Yeah, we're going to spill the tea on our New Year's resolutions and the Golden Globes.
Haha. We're back, everybody. Season 2 of Couple Chat.
Yeah.
No, nothing has changed.
We've lost some weight.
Gained
Couple
some,
pounds.
lost some, whatever. I mean, talk New Year's resolutions. That's why we're here for half of this wonderful episode, right?
Yeah, so
Opening episode.
Exactly. This is season 2, and we have started season 2 with the goal of restarting our journey with the 17-day diet.
Yep.
And I have lost 3.5 pounds so far, and you have lost 3 pounds so far.
Mm-hmm.
And we are on day 2 as of the day we're recording this, but the day it comes out, it'll be day 5. So
Yes.
we'll see where the 5th day takes us. But one of our resolutions as a couple, as individuals, was really focusing on losing weight, getting really serious at the gym, and kind of bring those two things together.
I think the gym thing we've had down.
Oh yeah.
It's the eating and the overeating and the fast food and just like always taking the easy way out because we have children now and we live across the street from your parents. So it's like, oh my God, like just all that. It's been a lot of crazy for the last 4 years when we had children, the pandemic, we moved in with your parents, then we moved into our new home. We lost Kala.
Yeah.
Like all these things culminated into us gaining a good amount of weight.
Yeah.
You know, the two of us were great when we moved back to New Jersey in 2014. From like 2013 all the way up to the pandemic, we were in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
And we created a healthy lifestyle. We did the 17-day diet, like I want to say in probably like 2015, 2016,
Yeah.
maybe we did it. And it was great. It put us into, see, this is why if you guys have never done it out there or anyone who has, this is why this thing works. And it could have continued to work if we were disciplined enough. But,
if we were maintaining.
yeah, but having children made it, I think, was the biggest factor that made it difficult, because that's the hugest life change. But now we're getting back into it because we understand how our life works now. But if you've done a ton of diets and they haven't worked, the 17-day diet is completely different. It's one of those things where, yes, you cut out, you're in a caloric deficit in the beginning, but the diet slowly brings things back in. So it's a 4-cycle diet. And when you get to the 4th cycle, it's taught you how to be more responsible with what you're putting in your body. And that's what makes this diet so good, because by the end of it, it's not a diet. You're not really cutting things out. You're being responsible with what you're eating and how you're eating it.
And conscious.
Conscious. Conscious is a better word. I don't know why I keep saying responsible.
That's why that last cycle is called maintain.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have days. Yes, you're going to have cheat days. They allow cheat days in the 3rd cycle. And the 3rd cycle teaches you how to flip-flop between 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. Because that teaches you, okay, once you get to maintain, you're going to maintain the cycle you prefer, which for us is cycle 2. We both really enjoy the food in cycle 2, and it just makes us feel good in cycle 2, where you can eat potatoes, you can eat pork, you can eat meat, along with cycle 1 foods, which is nice. But maintain cycle 4 is all about that. In fact, it's supposed to be like, okay, well, if you had a really crazy weekend or you had a really big cheat meal, this is how you get back from it.
Right.
There's also transition shakes where like you can have a day of just shakes that you like really kind of just cleanse and then the next day you start over. But this has really helped us in the past. And again, like you said, after the first time we did it, we lost like what, 25 to 30 pounds each when we did it the first time.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's a range. I don't remember exactly.
We were both pretty heavy set.
Yeah.
In like 2011, I want to say, is when we both started to like change our eating habits a little bit, and then also work out. You were working out. I was doing a lot of walking.
Yeah.
And we lost a lot of weight from then. So like 2012 to 2014, we lost a lot of weight.
Right.
But we just felt like we weren't exactly where we wanted to be completely until like for our wedding, I guess, is where we really were looking to change things up.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in you know, the early 2010s, we were probably, you know, I was under 200 pounds and you were whatever you were. I don't know how you were, but
yeah.
But yeah, and we were happy with that. And I look back at footage and photos and things, and I'm like, well, we looked pretty good. But it wasn't until I always look back at like 2018, and that's like my best year, I feel like, for me anyway.
Yeah.
And I look back at that and I'm like, wow. Like,
well, you
I
were
actually look
powerlifting
good.
at that point.
Yeah.
You were going to the gym seriously. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, you know, go there and run on a treadmill in front of a theater, because that was what the one gym we had like a cycle theater or whatever it was called, and you could literally just run in the theater, watching a movie and like not really focusing at that point.
Right.
But in 2018, that's when you were taking like power at Jersey Strong and fight and like those really core,
which I'm back to doing, but some really, really sad news to come along with this New Year's resolution. It's so funny. So like everybody does this, like, oh, New Year's, yeah, go work out. I'm going to get fit. So we're not doing that. We've already been doing that part.
Right.
But the dieting part is also something. It's both of those. It's like, yeah, I'm going to eat better. I'm going to be a better person. You know, whatever. Everybody says the same crap in New Year's, and a lot of people don't go along with it. Hopefully some do. It helps to have someone with you to do this with.
100%.
You know, if you have different New Year's resolutions, and you can have your personal resolutions, but if you're going to do something like this, you need to have someone to do it with.
Yeah.
Because we hold each other accountable.
Really?
Like, you know, this whole week, and you make it fun, you know, like, unfortunately, Jackie started her menstrual cycle, which
didn't help.
Go figure. She didn't know that was coming, even though she usually
I'm not on time anymore.
She usually knows when that's coming. I mean, I usually know when that's coming, you know, but anyway, having children has definitely thrown that off and made it harder to tell when she's getting it. But anyway, so that we thought was going to be pretty difficult. And I've been on her butt and just joking with her, because in the 17-day diet, you can have dark chocolate when you're on your period.
Yeah, to help with menstruation.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, you're eating dark chocolate, you're not going to lose weight, blah, 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 blah. Just busting her chops, but it's fine. I'm
going to lose more than you, I promise. This is my vow right now.
I hope you do. I hope we come back. So, you know, it's 4 cycles. It's 68 days technically, but the 4th cycle is maintained, so you don't really count that. It's not 17. It's forever after that.
Right.
So it's what, 40 something days.
Yeah.
Right. So in a month and a half or so, we will come back and let you know. We'll probably do a 17-day diet episode where we can tell you how everything went, how working out went, all that. And maybe you'll see a difference in the next month and a half of how we are, you know?
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
That is totally the plan.
I think it's 51 days.
Yeah. I'm bad with math off the top of my head. Who isn't these days with, you know, technology?
Regardless.
Yeah.
We're going to get there. We're going to work hard on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's the biggest resolution we had. And then, I mean, on top of that, I feel like living better, healthier lives. We will make sure our kids are eating better. You know, we'll feel more energized to do stuff with our kids. Because, you know, that's something too, like just being better parents and doing more with our children. You know, it's hard. You don't realize like they have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And it's hard to figure out like what you need to do and what you shouldn't do and whatever.
Yeah. But we're very excited for what the year is going to have ahead of us. And I think that we're going to stick to this one because sometimes resolutions just go to the wayside. And I think we're really serious.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But on the other side of things, we have the Golden Globes happening tonight. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be an episode that cuts.
And we're back.
Yes, we are. What were we doing tonight since, we stream like everyone else in the world, and I'm sure there's a small fraction of people that actually are able to watch these events live anymore.
Because, you have to pay for television to see what Dick Clark's New Year's Eve.
Right.
And apparently the Golden Globes.
And the Oscars and obviously
all these important, major live events for some people.
Yeah.
It was great not watching it.
Well, we went back and watched a few YouTube videos.
Yeah, literally the Golden Globes posted as it was happening.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Just stream it then.
Right.
If you're just gonna post it, just stream it then.
But
what we missed the jokes in between, like the host and whatever,
and the commercials. So actually, it's better this way. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What?
Yeah.
You're the Golden Globes.
No.
Oh my God! Why are we living in this house? In this town?
If only.
Anyway.
Yeah. So we, instead of watching it live, we watched 3 episodes of The Penguin.
Yeah.
Because we still haven't watched that whole series either.
Right. We've been catching up on it. And I mean, we were happy to find out Colin Farrell won for Best Actor in a mini-series, I guess.
Limited series.
Limited series.
Mm-hmm. Clap, clap, clap for him.
For the Penguin.
Yes.
So that's awesome. We watched his speech.
We watched that.
Yeah, because, that was on YouTube.
Right.
From Golden Globes. Not random.
No.
From the Golden Globes. They posted Colin Farrell's speech.
Correct.
So what are they accomplishing? I have no idea.
Nothing.
It's making things more inconvenient for the people that want to watch their program.
Correct. And you lower your viewership that way.
Right.
How many people actually watched it live?
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Compared to how many people would have actually watched it.
Yeah. Like we have Paramount Plus, which supposedly you could watch it on there, but they're like, oh, but you have to have Paramount Plus.
With stars or whatever.
Showtime?
Streaming. Why?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I already paid for it.
Yeah.
Just give it to me. It's live TV. Yeah. Anyway, it's funny because when we looked at the Golden Globe nominations, we really noticed that we hadn't seen a lot of that stuff this year.
I think it was mixed. I mean,
well, the
saw
thing is,
Dune, Wicked, Nosferatu wasn't nominated for really anything. Maybe it didn't make it.
I think it didn't make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then why did A Complete Unknown make it? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Unless it was released limited early enough. And
A Complete Unknown was limited. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. But
I don't know the Golden Globe cutoff.
The thing is, with the Golden Globes, a lot of it has, it's half and half. It's TV and film.
Right.
We don't really watch a lot of television. We don't have access to certain platforms like Netflix, FX, certain channels that have these television shows. We
Hulu, what's the other big one? Apple now
Apple
has
TV.
A huge following.
Yeah, we don't have those streaming services or channels. So it's impossible, utterly impossible for us to see some of these things like Amelia Perez that was nominated for multiple different categories.
What is that? Wasn't that just in theaters though, or was that streaming somewhere?
I think it's on Netflix. Oh, okay. It's a Netflix film.
I see.
So there's a prime example.
But then also, we are parents, so we have limited time to go to the movies, and we have to be very specific as to what movies we see. And of course, us in our infinite wisdom are like, oh, Nosferatu's out and A Complete Unknown is out. We've been wanting to see A Complete Unknown, or we were kind of interested in it. And then Nosferatu is like, I a few people I know are saying, oh, the whole thing with Robert Eggers and he loves Nosferatu and why he's remaking it, whatever. I don't like remakes, so I wasn't really that fond of it in the first place. But after hearing my friend talk about it, I was like, maybe. So I left it up to her. I was like, you pick. And of course she picks Nosferatu, which was
Great.
pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, really well done. Bill Skarsgård was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But
A Complete Unknown was all like nominated a ton.
Yeah. But it didn't win anything, so it's not like we lost out on
No, but it would have been cool to have been like, they were snubbed. Like there are some years, like with the Oscars, for example, we have had years where we have watched every single film that was nominated.
For sure. Definitely.
And
more so back in the day than now, but
well, when we had time and no children. But
long time ago.
Long time ago.
I can't still remember.
Anyway, so it's just one of those things where we used to be very on top of that.
Yeah.
And obviously this time around, like certain things I hadn't even heard of. It's funny too, like you were saying, it tracks, but we as parents see a lot of the animated films, right?
Oh, for sure.
The animated film
that one
category.
Yeah.
The animated film, we'd never even, you thought it was a video game.
Dude, so this film that won, Flow, I saw the trailer on IGN. See, this is why like IGN is a bit annoying because they post movie and video game trailers. And when you post a trailer for an animated film that literally looks like a video game, I'm like, And I actually confused it with a Nintendo Switch game about a cat. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And
that's exactly what it looks like.
Yep. And that game looked kind of
Yeah.
Like I wasn't that interested in it. And when I saw it on IGN's YouTube channel, I was like, oh, that's that Nintendo Switch game. I don't care. And I didn't realize until this.
Tonight.
Yeah, that it's an animated movie that won best animated movie.
Yeah.
The Golden Globe. So I guess it's really good. We watched the trailer afterwards and I was like, wow, it does look really interesting. But it really did make me want to play it as a game though.
Yeah.
Like,
you were like, I just want the controls to like get in my hands now. Like, can we switch that please? It's funny because like we saw Moana 2, we saw Inside Out 2, we were gonna see Wild Robot, like we were gonna watch all these animated films.
We were planning on watching Wild Robot this week with the kids. So.
Right, and literally the one film we didn't even like consider is the one that won.
Yeah, well, I really do want to consider watching it now.
Same.
But you know what's funny is out of all of the films, like yes, I could see them being interested, our children being interested when they're a little older. I feel like it might not be something they'd be interested in. We watched Wall-E with them on Friday, and I think they had a hard time with it in half of the film because there's no dialogue. And while it's interesting, kids should be, more visual.
Right.
I think that they're at an age where they're understanding people speaking, and whether they understand everything they're saying, that's something that gets their attention.
Right.
So because there was no dialogue, I think that took them away from it. And it looks like, which is very interesting and intriguing, Flo doesn't have any dialogue.
No, just meows.
Meows. And other creature
animals.
noises.
Yeah.
So that intrigues me and makes me want to watch it. But I feel like we'd have a hard time maybe watching it with them. So we'd have to test that out, I think.
Yeah. I think though, like seeing the animals, because like they're really into super kitties. They really like
super
cats.
kitties, meow. Yeah, but see, that's why though.
Yeah,
There's
but like
music. The cats are funny and punny.
I feel like certain. We'll have to see. We'll have to try it out.
Yeah, it's just something we'll have to try.
Yeah, just like Wild Robot, we wanted to try that because we feel like Nate would be really super interesed, and I think Emma would be too because there's a duckling involved. So
in what, Wild Robot? Mm-hmm. Oh. I don't know much about it.
The egg hatches and the first thing that I think it's a duck sees is what it believes to be his mother, and it's the robot.
Well, Emma and I reading this book the other day, and the animals look very weird in it.
Okay.
Like they just don't match their color. It's a different color of the animal, and also like I don't know, they just looked weird. And like she's pointing them out, and she's like, "Oh, rabbit," and I'm reading, and I'm like, "Oh, it's actually a kangaroo." And I'm looking at it and I'm like, but it does really kind of look like a rabbit. And then we go to the next page and she's like, "Oh, it's a duck." And I'm like, it does look like a duck, but it's not a duck. Like every animal looked like it was something else, but the what was written on the page or what was typed on the page did not say that. It was a different animal. So.
It's just, was that the brothers sisters book? Or like the sharing book?
Yeah, I guess so.
So the front page is the crocodiles.
Right.
And she goes, "Look, the dinosaurs."
That's
and
what I was saying.
And I'm like, "Baby, you are so smart."
Yeah.
But dinosaurs and crocodiles look very similar because they're both reptiles.
Yep. That was one of the other things.
Yeah. She was very confused.
Yeah. But then I'm telling you, look at the
rest
of
the
that
book is very confusing.
It's a little confusing.
Yeah. I thought
Even
at
for
first
me.
rabbit too. And then, yeah.
Anyway, I don't know why we're talking about that, Golden Globes. But yeah, I mean, what else? What other hot takes from the Golden Globes?
I mean, Vin Diesel mentioned family.
Family, yeah.
That was the best. I couldn't.
Yeah.
No one's laughing in the audience, but you and I are cracking up.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh, I can't. It's too late.
It's too late. Yeah, why? Let's talk about that, okay? Why are these award ceremonies so gosh darn long?
They start early on the West Coast. They start at 5.
Of course.
Over here, it's 9.
Yeah.
Like,
but like, why does it have to be that long? Can't we just get this over and done with in 90 minutes?
it's the pomp and circumstance.
Yeah.
It's just like a graduation ceremony. You got to hear the speeches. You got to do the walk. You got to have the dinner because the
Nobody
Golden
cares
Globes has a
anyway.
dinner.
Yeah. That's
And
true. It's a
It's a sit down
dine
dinner.
in.
It's like a wedding.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
so
it does
strange.
look like that.
Yeah. But I don't know. But oh well, it was exciting that Wicked won the box office achievement.
Yeah.
Which
I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure, of course it did. Like, I don't know.
it was either that or Deadpool.
It wasn't nominated.
Yes, it was.
Oh, it was. Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
It definitely. It was
No,
one
I'm
of-
saying like probably that would have been the runner-up. I guess.
it was one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was like something that was voted on or if it was actually like down in the numbers.
Yeah. I was pretty blown away that Dune Part 2 didn't win anything. I really thought it was at least going to win score. Mm-hmm. And I think that went to the Brutal. No, that went to Challengers.
That went to Challengers.
Which kind of blew my mind because, well, we haven't watched it and I'm not really that interested in watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have access to it because that's on Amazon. But I was like, wow, a movie about tennis happened to win score.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if they like maybe did they do something unique, like use tennis balls in the score or something to make it unique. I don't really know, but it has to be something crazy different for it to have won. You know? But yeah, I mean, Brutalist seemed to win a lot. I know Adrian Brody won Best Actor in a Drama.
Yeah, and the director won too.
Yeah. And then Amelia Perez. Those seem to be the two that were like
The top.
winning everything.
Yeah. And then Demi Moore winning for the first time
That was
in
awesome.
her entire career.
I said to you before the Golden Globes that I really hope she won because I know she was against Cynthia Erivo, and out of all of them, I haven't seen The Substance, not because I don't like the concept or don't want to see it, but not really into body horror, and I personally couldn't get myself to watch it, and I'm not sure if you're interested in it either.
What is body horror? Is it like the Human Centipede or is it like Nip Tuck?
Sure, no. More like closer to Human Centipede than Nip Tuck. Nip Tuck isn't body horror. Nip Tuck is like thriller. Like suspense thriller, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. But no. Like, this is body horror.
Okay. But it's in the comedy. It was in the comedy.
Yeah, because Golden Globes is weird and they don't have a category for horror. And it does have like, I guess it's maybe it's got a dark comedy feel to it from like certain scenes I've watched. But anyway, people have been going crazy about this film, so I was really hoping for Demi Moore. And then when I saw she was nominated, I was like, Cynthia Erivo has time to win something. Mm-hmm. Demi Moore deserves this after all these years. And for her to come back and like, but you see that a lot these days. It's like Bryan Cranston, young actor, did a bunch of great things that like kind of, went to the wayside. He had his fame with Malcolm in the Middle, and you never thought he would come back. And
Brendan Fraser with what was that film?
The Whale.
The Whale.
Right.
Same thing.
Yeah, this is a reoccurring thing. I mean, Tarantino is known for doing that too. Like he did it with John Travolta and Bruce Willis, brought them both back in the 90s, but like John Travolta didn't really go anywhere after that. But
he's doing Santa Claus commercials for Coke.
Great. Great. But yeah, so I mean, we have some movies to catch up on. I think that's
some television to try and see somehow, some way.
Yeah. I mean, we took however many years to see Everything Everywhere All at Once,
Recently.
Best Picture of the Oscars, and I think it was 2022.
Yeah.
So
that was a wonderful film.
Yeah. When I was awake.
Matt fell asleep for the last 25 minutes being a dad.
Yeah, not because I wasn't interested, just very tired. Very tired. But we're changing things up, and because of our New Year's resolution, bring it around full circle. And what do you get? You ever see that guy? No? Spanish New Yorker dude. Anyway, your brother turned me on to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so
we like to go to bed early now.
Yes, bringing it around to our New Year's resolution.
It is past our bedtime.
Way past.
2 hours. 2 hours past our bedtime.
Please,
I'm dying.
On a Sunday night too, when Monday, my wife here has to get up and take our son to school and go to the gym.
Oh, well, no. Lifting weights. That's what I'm...
Lifting weights.
Phantom motioning for those that are just listening.
Phantom pain?
Yeah, no, it's real pain. It's real pain.
Well, right now it would be
because I lift pretty heavy.
Well, no, but we have phantom pain after.
Oh, no, we have pain after.
Yeah.
Phantom is for when a limb is missing.
Yeah. I know.
You have no understanding of what a phantom pain is. I think that's very funny.
Let's do it.
He put out his arm and I chopped his wrist off. Anyway.
Not for real. I still have it. For those who are just listening.
This podcast has changed, folks. This
good.
is what we'll be doing from now on. A limb every episode.
Wow. I'm just going to be ahead at the end. That brings up a hilarious reel that I saw earlier today that you need to watch that I know you haven't because you have hundreds of reels for me that are sitting there in your queue waiting.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to explain it to you anyway because it's here we are talking, right? This will be our ending here for our opening episode. What a great ending. So this woman's on the beach with her kids. Her kids are playing around. They showed the dad. He's buried in the sand, right?
Typical.
All the way to his head. Mm-hmm. And the woman's friend comes up. She's like, hey, are you all right? She's like, oh, I'm so mad. These kids are so naughty. They're British, so, so naughty.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we don't say naughty, do we? Mm-hmm. Anyway, she's like, why? What did they do? And she's like, well, look at their father. And she's like, oh, yeah, buried him in the sand. Kids do that all the time. She's like, no, they cut his head off. And then the one kid walks over and kicks the dad's head and it rolls away. Listen.
Why is that funny?
You have to watch it. And now I ruined it.
Is the dad alive during the video? Like,
you can't tell. You can't tell. That's the thing. That's why it's funny.
It's not funny.
Listen, it's pretty funny.
Okay, Matt's sense of humor in reels, folks, is pretty bad. We should actually do a series of Matt's bad reel shares.
Hey, speaking of that, if you're interested in bad dad jokes, my cousin got me a bad dad jokes calendar for Christmas, and I am doing a bad dad joke a day. Head over to just my personal Instagram, Matt L. Hahn. I'll be posting them in the story. And then once a week, I'm going to combine them all into a reel.
And I'm going to share with you folks the worst reel share of the day from Matt on my personal page. Come over and enjoy the terrible reels he shares.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
Sure,
I promise. I
What does
shake
that
on
mean?
it.
What does that mean, though?
I'm going to take the dumbest, not funny reel that you laugh hysterically at, that you share with me.
Uh-huh.
And
There's going to be
it.
like one. She's
No.
going to do it once.
Okay.
All right.
I'll shake on it
Okay,
right here
you
on
can
camera
shake
and
it.
microphone. Shake,
You
shake,
can
shake, shake,
shake on it. What was that?
shake, 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 shake. Listen, it is 12
Parents.
p.m.
That's what she said.
That is what I said, and that's what you said.
By the way, she said it's 12 p.m.
It's
That's
it's midnight,
That's how tired
mofos.
she is.
It's midnight. Leave me alone.
All right. Anyway,
It's actually 11:59 p.m. So
part of our New
technically it's still
Year's
PM.
resolution is to go to bed early. So, folks, we're out. My name is Matt.
And I'm Jackie.
Here are the Hahns signing out.
Thank you so much for listening to Couple Chat. Make sure to subscribe to us on Spotify or YouTube Music. You could even subscribe to our YouTube channel where you could see this episode in video. Thank you to Han Films for editing and producing this episode. Let's chat soon.